This is Long Way to the Top, and I'm your host, Shayne Brian. Today on the show, we welcome an artist who did not simply perform some of the biggest pop songs of the late 1980s, she actually wrote them as well. Debbie Gibson burst on the scene as a teenager with Only in Your Dreams, beginning an extraordinary run of hits that included Shake Your Love, Out of the Blue, Electric Youth, Foolish Beat, and of course, the song that was huge in Australia, Lost in Your Eyes. At just 17, Foolish Beat made Debbie the youngest female artist to write, produce and perform a Billboard Hot 100 #1 single, a record that she still holds today. She was recognised as ASCAP as the Songwriter of the Year alongside Bruce Springsteen in 1989, an incredible achievement. And now Debbie is returning to Australia for the first time since 1989, joining Go West on a national tour. Debbie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. When I hear you say returning to Australia for the first time since 1989, it's just unbelievable that I have not been back in so long, but unbelievable that I am getting there now. I'm so excited.
That is incredible. It's, nearly 40 years. Sorry, should I say that? Oh my God.
No, that's okay. That's all right.
Crazy. What does it mean to you finally coming back?
I mean, I have such vivid and fond memories of my first time in Australia doing my shows. Like, I just remember the energy from the audience beyond anything about that trip. I mean, yes, I remember seeing the Opera House and shopping in boutiques and holding koalas and doing all of that.
Yeah.
But it was really, for me, the fans were like off the charts, the energy.
Yeah.
So I just want to be in that land again, of that energy and my fans over there have waited so long. So many of my diehard Deb heads and Diamond Deb heads, as they're called, have made the trek over to see me many times. And many of my US fans are going to, and from around the world, the UK, et cetera, are going to converge on Australia too.
Yeah.
Because they know that it's a big celebration.
Isn't it incredible to you've got these diehard fans from the 80s and, you see, I love you said Deb heads. I think New Kids on the Block, they're called blockheads.
Blockheads, yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
self-proclaimed, like my diehards coined that phrase, that name
Love
for
it.
themselves years ago. And it's so clever and so cute.
Yeah.
And then the Diamonds became like the next level, like exclusive. I call it my fam club because it really is like a family.
Yeah.
But just so many diehards that have stuck with me for so long on this journey. It's incredible.
I'm a little disappointed that you didn't appear on screen with your black hat, It was iconic.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I wear different versions, different hats these days, different colors. I'm looking around. I'm like, there's probably one in this room somewhere.
Now, Australia really embraced your music, and especially Lost in Your Eyes, with the Electric Youth album. Were you aware at the time, like, just how deeply your music was connecting to the Aussie audiences?
I mean, I definitely felt it when I went over. I mean, I did feel it from, like I used to get good old-fashioned fan letters.
Yeah, right.
And so, I knew that I had a lot of Aussie fans. But when I was actually, like I said, when I performed the songs, I could feel the connection. I mean, it really was a powerful, like the energy. Like I opened that show behind a scrim, like doing "Who Loves You, Baby," and dun, 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 dun. And I remember like through that screen, literally feeling that energy from the crowd, and it made me like feel dizzy.
Yeah.
And so, and I remember everyone with like lighters and candles and they like lost her. My late mom always cited that there was one particular Australian show it was in a theater because I remember the balcony and she always she always referenced that show and that audience and that feeling during Lost in Your Eyes, which, by the way, I had not thought of till you just brought it up.
No, yeah, and
Yeah.
it really did. You know, it was on the charts for so long. You know, in Australia, it was just incredible. I think
Mhm.
it was up there with, oh, dare I say, Glenn Medeiros, maybe. I think
Nothing's
you were
gonna
battling in it.
change
Oh,
until for you.
yes,
I love
yes.
that song. Well, get ready to sing then, great people of Australia, because I might have to just listen to you guys do Lost in Your Eyes. I did that in Peru earlier this year. I had never been to Peru.
Mm, mm.
And the Peruvian fans have held my music so near and dear for all these decades, hoping I'd show up one day. And I felt like Santa Claus, like, he's real, right? Right. Like it was so cool being me on that trip. But I could hear them singing Lost in Your Eyes, and you have to imagine like English is their second language. And um I could hear it when I was doing it, and then I did a rendition where I played and
Yeah,
just had this arena full of people sing to me.
yeah,
It was unfreaking believable. So I might, now that you're bringing up the love for Lost in Your Eyes over there, I might have to do
yeah.
that.
I think you have to.
Selfishly.
I think you have
Yeah.
to. Now you're touring with Go West, right? With
Hmm.
UK band, American,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
solo chick artist. I mean, like, what a great combination. What do you think about the pairing?
I love it so much. So, once you get to a point where you haven't been somewhere for so long, like it's been with me and getting back to Australia, you don't want to take the first schlocky offer that comes along.
No.
And I've been offered some kind of like roundup shows or some like venues that weren't quite right. Like I go online, I look at the venues, I look at the territories. Of course, the first thing is if it's like, if I'm being invited to support someone, it's about that headlining act.
Yeah.
And I was like, ding, 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 ding. When that invite came in, I'll call it, rather than call it an offer, I'm going to call it
Yeah.
an invitation.
Yeah.
That invitation came in, and I was like, this is so
Mm.
fitting. Like the music is so classy and classic, and it just felt like a really magical pairing to me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just I just immediately felt like, yes, this is the way I'd like to go back after all these years.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Oh, you know, there's probably one other person that I would have liked to have seen you tour with. You know, if you're looking at someone in the UK, I mean, you and Kim Wilde together.
Oh, that's a fun
That
one.
would
I
be a
think
fun one.
Tiffany, you know what? Tiffany's going to be performing with Kim.
Really?
So you've got your producer hat is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
point,
There
you
you go.
know?
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
let's go back to the beginning, right? You began writing songs when you were still very, very young. What did songwriting allow you to express that, say, ordinary conversation wasn't able to allow you to express?
So there's a saying in musical theater that songs exist in musicals when the emotion becomes too great for words, for
Yeah.
dialogue alone.
Yeah.
And I think that that is the beauty of music in general and in pop music. You get to not only say what you want to say, but you get to score it with an arrangement, with a
Mm.
melody, with a feeling, with a frequency,
Mm.
all of that. I
Mm.
get goosebumps talking about
I love
this.
it. Yeah.
It's such a profound music is an all-encompassing experience, right? It's otherworldly and it's
Yeah.
world of this world. It's like it's all of it. And it's visceral. And so like the impact a song has on people, the way it conjures up,
Mm.
a sense memory, a time and a place is what's so extraordinary to me because I will be playing a song like, and I always think of this with Lost in Your Eyes. I always think, God, the collective memories in this venue that we're in, like wherever I'm playing,
Mm.
whether somebody slow danced to it in high school, or they were longing for love and they heard it on the radio, or they got married to it, or they broke up and then it was haunting them, or whatever the
For the rest of
situation,
their lives. Yeah.
right? Whatever the situation was
Yeah.
or is, the fact that I get to be a part
Mm.
of that experience for people, that my music and me inadvertently through the music gets to be a part of that
Mm.
is so wild, right? Like I'll meet people and they'll say to me like, you were with me when, and it's like, I feel that way. Like I have been
Yeah.
places with people without knowing I was there in a weird way through the music. The music
Yeah.
is like this great unifying force, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a really magical thing.
When you write your music, what's the
Mhm.
process? I mean, do you just, pluck it out of the air, or is it something that comes
I
wells from deep
do.
within
It
you?
falls out of the air. I swear it does. Like,
Yeah.
so I think we all, there's dogs bopping around
That's all
behind me.
right.
It's like, they're like, it's past our dinner time. What's happening? We all have an inner monologue, an inner
Mm,
like
mm.
emotional life. And mine is always expressing itself in song form. So, like,
Yeah.
if I'm just thinking, inevitably, it's a matter of time before my thoughts become melodic.
Yeah.
And so it's always, oh, this will make a good song. And then I segue into like picking up this or, picking up a notebook or whatever. And that's really it. Like
Mm.
and it could be my experience or it could be something I hear in dialogue in a movie, or it could be talking to a friend and they're telling me about something and I'm like, this is a song, this is a song, this is a song. It's like
Mm,
that's
mm.
just the way things formulate for
I've heard it
me.
described that every song that has ever been written or is going to be written is sitting up there waiting.
It's already written. I mean, in a way, like there definitely have been like concepts of songs that like I wrote, didn't release, and then somebody else released something so similar. And I was like, well, I didn't get on it
Yeah.
first. The
Yeah.
universe wanted this out there,
Yeah.
right? So I kind of weirdly believe it. Didn't Prince say like, I have to get on this because otherwise, like the universe will give it to Michael
Yeah.
Jackson, or Michael
Yeah.
said it about Prince, one of the two, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's like a weird truth to that.
Yeah.
Um, I do think like there's like this, great master plan of like what kind of things are going to resonate with people or shift energy at a
Yeah.
certain time. But yeah, so it's like tuning into a universal channel.
Love it. Love it.
Right, grabbing what you can and acting on it quick.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Now,
Yes.
only in your dreams, 16 at the time, began climbing the charts. Get my words out right.
Yeah.
Uh, were you prepared for what happened with that? I mean, you were still at school, right?
Yes, Only in My Dreams came out like I think it was my junior year of high school, and I was performing it in clubs.
Yeah.
So I was performing it before and here's something so funny with this microphone. I have this microphone in my home studio. This is my
Wow.
original club 1986-87 microphone, wireless. And so it's not that I was prepared, but I was proactively
Mm,
promoting and performing. And so it was literally like, even though in hindsight it was quick,
mm.
it was like still gradual enough to be like, oh, I performed in 6 clubs this past weekend and it moved another 5 notches on the dance charts.
Yeah, right.
I handed it to these 10 DJs at this record pool meeting and it climbed 3 more. I mean, like everything was a direct reflection
Yes.
of the work I was putting in.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh, this song just went viral and somebody found it and like, whoa, like I knew how it was happening,
Yeah.
which was gratifying because it
Yeah.
was really like put in the work, get the result, put in the work, get the result. But then what I realized later is there still has to be a magic and timing and lots of things
Mm,
aligning. So the fact that that did
mm.
happen was extraordinary. And when it got to a place where like it was in the jukebox at the diner I went to my whole life, I was like, I've made it.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you heard it on radio?
I do. I was in the car in the passenger seat because I was not old enough to drive. My
Yeah.
dad was driving, and we were coming from Manhattan to Long Island from a voice lesson. And we knew it was going to get played on the radio like soon, but we didn't
Yeah.
have an exact time or date. So we were chit-chatting, and I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I heard the opening beats of the remix because it broke a
Yeah.
dance radio, and I heard dum, 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 shh, dum, dum, and I'm like, I think this is it. We were screaming. He was like
Oh,
driving like a
wow.
wild man, swaying to the
Yeah.
music. There still is no greater thrill than hearing a song of yours on the radio. It's just like because in my mind, people were being forced to listen to it at the same time. Like
Mm,
in my
mm,
mind, they didn't have the choice of turning
mm.
the dial.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It was like a collective experience, right? It was like, oh my God, this is being played publicly.
yeah, yeah,
People didn't voluntarily put this on. They're just hearing it. So that's a
yeah,
songwriter's dream. That's an
yeah.
artist's dream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It would have been absolutely surreal. I mean, that success, and we were talking about how you were watching it climb the charts, and everything you were doing was causing it to go up another notch. I
Yes.
feel that that process actually kept that longevity going, rather than the oh, suddenly it's viral, and then 15 minutes later it's gone.
Yes, there's something about, having been an artist who started
Mm.
in the time before cell phones, internet, and everything else,
Mm.
social media. Um, we were all very connected and rooted
Yeah,
in something and connected to our audience in a way that was so profound. Anybody who saw me at like, Joey's Place in Clifton, New Jersey, or Limelight in New York City, or,
yeah,
Backstreets in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, Florida, like wherever those places were, that was a profound moment.
yeah,
And so for those people who have been with me on the journey since those times, and by the way, a lot of my diehards have been with me. They were there for that, and then they were there like for the ascension to like Madison Square Garden and Rock in Rio and
yeah,
all those things. And then they were there for the like, oh, now the Trends are doing something else, and I'm playing cornfields in Missouri to get the record off the ground because it's a radio
mm,
station show. Like I remember Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray um, saying, if you smell a funnel cake, I'm performing somewhere, right? We all, if you've been in this business long enough, I mean, some people are maybe magically lucky enough to dodge that moment. I kind of weirdly love that I had that moment
yeah,
because it really makes you appreciate and understand all the things that go on in a career,
mm,
and you
mm,
and you have to love it so much that you don't care if
mm,
and you're like, I'm gonna rock the heck out of the 25 people that are here,
yeah,
or the 25,000 people that are here, or whatever,
yeah,
right? And
yeah.
that's what we do.
That's it. That's exactly what you got to do, and you're laying the groundwork, especially artists like you and Tiffany. You were really laying that groundwork for artists to come like Britney. I look at that and go, without your success,
Right, right. And I go back to like, and without like Leslie Gore and Carole King
yeah,
and Linda Ronstadt and all these, Rosemary
yeah,
Clooney, and without them, maybe,
yeah,
maybe it would have been harder for me. I don't think that there wouldn't have been a me because I was always going to be me, and I was
yeah,
always musical, and Britney was always going to be Britney, and Taylor Swift was always going to be Taylor Swift. But I do believe every generation oils the machine for the next generation, and
yeah,
hopefully breaks a little more ground,
yeah,
oils that machine a little bit more so that record companies know what to do.
yeah,
But I was at a place where it was still the male dominated. Let's find a teenage girl, an older male to write songs for
mm,
her generation. It just didn't make any sense to me.
mm,
And so there was still an uphill battle in all of that. But it wasn't like it was just I can remember the looks on the faces of the executives when they were kind of like it was just like seeing an alien. It was
mm.
like wait a minute, like
This
these
should
songs you're
work.
playing for us are pretty good, and you wrote that,
Yeah,
you did
yeah,
these songs in your garage? Like, wait, what? It was just, it was not a, it was also a not a very
mm,
female oriented field to be producing, to be engineering.
yeah,
That was really freaky,
yeah,
right? For that was just like, so to have like a techie girl at that time was like, what?
yeah,
So it's so great to see the landscape now with female producers, remixers, live sound engineers, DJs, songwriters, artists, visionaries, you
yeah,
know, create female creative visionaries. It's that's such a profound part of the landscape now.
yeah.
But back when I started it, it was not.
To
So,
see the number
what-
one artist in the world,
yes,
female solo artist, I mean,
yes, yeah, I know.
this
I know.
blows you away. And looking
Yes.
at your wall, for those who are listening and can't see it, the wall is plastered with, you know, record awards, and I mean, just phenomenal. There you go, Electric Youth,
And
right
these,
up
I'm
there.
pointing for folks listening, these are my giant Australia awards. They, you guys knew how to
Yeah,
do these gold and platinum record awards better than anyone. Look how
yeah,
beautiful they are.
amazing,
They're
aren't they?
so big. I had to put them above all the other ones, and I did not just plant those for for the press today. They've been living there forever, for
Yeah,
as long as I've been in this home. Yeah, it's extraordinary for me. Just, you know, I'm just constantly pinching myself and grateful that, you know, I just am so still connected to the time and the place. Like I have this, I'm looking at this equipment, like I have this home, my little home studio set up now
mm,
that I do my records in,
mm,
but it's the grown-up version of exactly what I had when I was a teenager.
yeah,
It's me in a room holding the microphone. I actually don't even have the microphone like in a cradle and no pop shield. Like I'm just like
singing
singing.
away,
When I
nice.
see I love Billie Eilish. When I see Billie Eilish and Phineas together working on music at home, it reminds me of my process.
Yeah,
It's very organic, you
yeah.
know. So except she's not a belter. She did it, she said like, "Oh, belting is so annoying." And I think, yeah, well, if I could be as calm as you, her vocals are so calm and open and
Yeah,
poised and that sound. And I'm like, there's not enough chamomile tea in the world to make me that relaxed. So have
yeah.
at it, girl.
I,
She's
f-
amazing.
I feel the same way when I listen to Ray. You know, she's another example. Incredible vocals, just comes out so easily. And I'm thinking, I'm listening to her doing these
Unbelievable.
things and going, where are you going with that? How are you going to get out of that?
Yes, her riffing is so, her runs are so like, they're so intricate, and she makes them feel so effortless.
Yeah,
And you know, you could feel all the training she had, and then you could feel that it's so ingrained in her she can let it go
yeah,
and enjoy and have fun. And that's why the audience just flocks, because I'd love to see her live. Like, I think she just puts the audience at ease, and she's like giving people a music education class without them knowing it. It's like so incredible. I
yeah.
agree. I love her.
Amazing, amazing. Now, when you wrote Foolish Beat,
Uh-huh.
did you fully understand the significance? And just for those who missed the intro, you were the youngest female artist to write, produce, and perform a Billboard Hot 100 number one single,
Yep.
Never Been Beaten.
Nope. Yes, I'm still the youngest female to
Yeah.
date. Uh-huh. Hmm.
Did you understand the significance of that at the time?
I mean, I feel like I did because, you know, I and my late mom, who managed my career, really went to the wall to protect my creative vision and for me to be allowed
Mm.
to produce that record on my own, because I wasn't paying for it. The label had to sign off on
Yeah, yeah,
that. And they did. And the biggest I told you so to anyone who thought I couldn't do that was that number one, and that breaking of that record, that setting, and my idol George Michael held that record.
mm,
Like my songwriting producing hybrid idol. Um and that said, I'm like where's the next girl who's going to break that
Mm,
record?
mm.
Like,
Never happened. Never
it
happened.
hasn't
Yeah.
happened yet, which
Yeah.
is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, it's cool for my ego
Yeah.
to still hear that voice of God intro. Please welcome the youngest female. I'm
But come
like,
on,
okay.
girls. Come on. Write a
I'm
song.
also like, "Ah, girls," and girls are, and they're collaborating, which
Yeah.
is also a great thing. But I
Yeah.
remember meeting with a big publishing company when I was in my 30s, and they were talking to me about kind of like prioritizing being a songwriter over being an artist
Mm.
and going and writing for them. But they explained to me that the days of the solo writer um were kind of done.
Mm.
Like they were like, there's very few solo pop writers
Yeah.
anymore who's going to sit in a room and by themselves craft a song that charts. You
Mm.
find it in country, you find it here and there, but you don't, it's not, they were like, you're going to have to be in a room with maybe 7 people.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 of them kind of right, but we're kind of thrown in the mix for political reasons. Maybe some are good at beats and some are good at riffs and some are good at this and that. But the idea of the song being melody, lyrics, chords, and one person is writing that, it happens more infrequently than we think now,
Mm. Mm.
which is fascinating.
Mm. And do you feel that the songwriting process, is fun for you now? Is it
Mhm.
fundamentally the same today as what it was when you were a teenager?
I mean, yeah, I think it really is. The songs, like we were saying earlier, they just kind of formulate themselves for
Mm.
me. But again, like now you have people using like AI apps, right?
Yeah.
And they're thinking that writing means something different.
Yeah.
It's not that people shouldn't utilize technology, but I think we should all know the difference between creating something from scratch
Yeah.
and putting something together or building from
Mm.
what other people have done. And it's
Mm.
all valid, but I think it has become different. Like it's great when things become accessible to so many people, but like it's just interesting that the minute GarageBand came out, I was like in the garage, the
Yeah. Yeah.
actual
Using GarageBand. Yeah.
being the band, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's GarageBand. So it's like it opens up a world of creativity to people
Yeah.
and it shuts off a lot of creativity. Like
Yeah.
it's an
It does.
interesting thing. So I think the writing process now is very different for everybody.
Yeah.
At a certain time, I think everybody had to put pen to paper, so to speak,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And now very often songs start, well, Only in My Dreams for me weirdly started with the drum program, the beat. It inspired what
Mm.
came next for
Mm.
me.
Mm.
But generally speaking, a hook, a melody, a lyric, or the opening line, something from an emotional place is what
Yeah.
kicks it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Now, have you got another interview that you're going to?
I do. That's what
Yep.
Eddie was
Okay.
what was just flagging me down. I don't know how much time they allotted. How are we
No,
doing?
I don't know either. I've got a fast five that I'd like to do. Really quick
Okay, yeah,
answers.
let's do
All
that
right.
because I think we're at 5:24. I probably have I have a
5 minutes.
5:30.
5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, first question: piano ballad, massive pop chorus, or dance floor anthem?
Wait, I have to pick one.
How to pick
What
one?
was the second one again?
So, piano ballad, massive pop chorus, or a dance floor anthem?
I have to pick a massive pop chorus. I mean, it's really hard to pick, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a
Okay.
I am a hook girl. We
Yep.
can always sing the piano into that
Yeah,
song.
you can. You can. You can. And you can always redo it, remix it into a dance floor anthem as well, right?
Exactly. And I
Where it
love my
starts.
piano ballads, but I have so much energy that you
Yeah.
could never just stick me at a piano and I'll be happy. I need to mix it up. I need to eventually get up and lead that big chorus,
Yeah.
that big hook.
Love
Yeah.
it. Love it. One song by another artist that you wish you had written.
It's so easy for me. Wake me up before you go go.
Oh, yes. Why?
Just what it's just, I mean, and I never would have or could have written it. It just because it was so extraordinarily Wham and George, and it just I was like, I was like, wow, I don't think anything is ever going to be hookier than this and more joyful, more joyful.
And he
It's
was your
just,
inspiration?
yeah, he was such an inspiration. Like Billy Joel, like, cause I was somebody who read the credits,
Yeah.
right, on albums, and Billy Joel was my first, like, all songs written by. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's possible. How cool.
Yeah.
And then George was my all songs written and produced by, and I was like, oh,
Even cooler.
that's
Yeah.
possible. Yeah, so
Love it.
yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Debbie Gibson's song that you never get tired of performing.
We could be together for a while.
I love that you actually sang that. Thank you.
Yes, the joy, it's the melodic nature
Yeah.
of that song. I can't ever imagine being in a bad mood, singing that song, and then not being in a good mood.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
What is the most wonderfully 1980s item that you still own? Apart from the
Oh my God,
microphone that you showed me.
like it could be that microphone, but wonderfully 80s, like, I mean, I have my original Electric Youth jacket from the cover. And it's so
Yeah.
big, it's so oversized, right? That, like, I've brought it to concerts and meet and greets and fan events, and I let people try it on, and they go, "It's not going to fit me." And I go, "Oh no, it fits everybody." You're little, you look cute in it. It's oversized, it swallows you up. It fits like big burly guys. Like, it's so 80s. It's so quintessentially 80s,
I love
just
it.
with the way it's shaped and what it symbolizes for my career.
I love it. Love it. Now, final question. Well, finish this sentence really. After all these years, I'm still electric because.
Oh my gosh. I'm still give me a second on this. I'm still electric because, I mean, the thing that keeps coming to mind, it seems so simplistic, but it's because I love to dance,
Yeah.
you know? Um, because dancing will keep you eternally electric. It will keep you youthful.
Yeah.
I have diehards who are in wheelchairs and they show up and
Still
they
boogie.
move they
Yeah.
move their spirit.
Yeah.
They move their soul, right?
Yeah.
So if music can make you dance on the inside, on the outside, and like that, to me, that's going to keep you vital and vibrant if you can feel that music.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll reword it. I stay eternally electric because I can feel the music.
Oh, yes. That's good. That is good. Look, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you about, your
Thank
songs
you.
and everything.
I could have talked all day. It was a great
I know.
conversation.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you. And I'll put all the dates for the tour up on the description.
All right. I will
All right.
see you soon.
Thank you.
See you at the show too.
Thanks, Debbie.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Long Way to the Top. Hit plus or follow to subscribe to the podcast and head over to Facebook at the Long Way to the Top podcast and give us a like. Keep on rocking and I'll catch you on the next episode of Long Way to the Top.